Hello students, let's continue with the Archegoniophore. In previous video, we will discuss about the Archegoniophore. So, what is Archegoniophore? This Archegoniophore is produced on the female thallus. Uh, so, this is the structure. In the you have to see in the figure there is air pores, air chambers are present. Then it is present or the Archegoniophore is outer covered by the calyptra, and this is somewhat inverted flask like structure. At the below there is some rays are present. Then this Archegonia is covered by the Peristem and Perigynium, and at the base there is the stalks, some hairs are also present on there. So externally the Archegoniophore is consist of the stalk and star shaped receptacle. The stalk is about 2 to 3 centimeter. So this is the identifying characters of the Archegoniophore, that is the star shaped receptacle. So in the Anthridiophore, it is not star like, it is just a receptacle, and in female it is the star shaped receptacle. So these receptacles, stalk is 2 to 3 centimeter long, and receptacle has 8 lobes. So each lobe has a single rows of the 12 to 14 Archegonia. स्टार शेप रिसेप्टेकल है, उसमें 8 प्रेजेंट 8 लोब्स. सो इन रिसेप्टेकल वहाँ पे 8 लोब्स रहते हैं, और हर एक लोब में वहाँ पे 12 to 14 आर्किगोनियाज प्रोड्यूस होते हैं. सो इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ दिस Archegoniophore is having the stalk shows air chambers in posterior sides and lateral grooves on the anterior side. Some rhizoid scales are also present on the grooves, and this is the receptacle is the stalk is the modifications of this thallus. Internally, these are similar like the Anthridiophore. This stalk is shows epidermis, assimilatory chambers, archegonium clusters, rays, perigynium and perigynium. So similar is the epidermis and assimilatory chambers and large parenchymatous region. These three parts are the same like the Anthridiophore. Epidermis, it is outermost and protective layers. It is uniseriate and interrupted by the air pores. Assimilatory regions is same like the Anthridiophore. It contains the parenchymatous fragments, so they can produce their own food material. In the large parenchymatous region, it is lower portion of the receptacles, and it is composed by the colorless thin-walled parenchymatous cells. Then there is the archegonial clusters are present. So these archegonial clusters are mostly present at the lower surface of the receptacles. Each venter of the archegonium divides and produces the 2 to 3 layers of calyptra. So in the receptacles, the outer 2 to 3 layers of the calyptras are produced. Then perigynium is the on either sides of the each row of archegonium A membranous flaps will develop known as the perigynium, or which is also called as the involucre. So this is thick, it is one cell thickness, and it is fringed margin, and it separates the row of Archegonium from the others. So it is also one of the outer coverings of the Archegonium. Then perigynium. So perigynium is the ring of cells at the base of venter become active. After many divisions, it gives rise to collar-like cylindrical outgrowths called perigynium. So at the base of the venters, it divides and they forms the outer growth near these venter part. So they can be thick walled and having few cells in height, and they will be protected the archegonium chambers before the fertilization. So when the young the main functions of the perigynium is the protection. So it will be protected archegonium clusters before fertilization, young after post fertilization, or in the young sporophytic stage. So this part is important, or the perigynium is important regarding the protection of the archegonium clusters. Then there is also the on the upper surface the disc is developed, which is in green cylindrical colored, which is known as the rays. So these rays are forms the notches between these lobes of the receptacle. So these rays will be developed notches on the receptacles. The main important part in the archegonial chamber is the archegonium. So this mature archegonia, it is flask shaped structure and it is upright in positions. So it consists the basal stalk, sole and venter, and long narrow neck, as you seen in this figure. So when this venter consists of a basal smaller egg cells and upper larger venter canal cells. Neck canal cells is made up by 5 to 6 vertical sacs of the neck cells, and inside it 6 to 9 neck canal cells are present. So these neck cells is covered it is covered by the 4 cover cells. I think you will see in the figure first. So look this figure. So this is the structure of archegonia. At the venter, there is the venter and venter canal cells are present. In that venter cells, there is the egg nucleus is present, and in the necks, there is the neck canal cells are present. And at the tip position, there is the cover cells, or which is also called as the lead cells of the archegonia. So when fertilization takes place, these mature anthrozoids or sperms, they will be come in contact with the archegonium, or they will be searching the archegonium. At that time, the cover cells or lead cells, they will be opened up, and the sperms will be entered through this, or they will be entered with the help of mucilaginous fluid in the neck canal cells. In the neck canal cells, they will be goes to the venter part, and they will be united with the egg cells. And after the union of anthrozoids or sperm cells and egg cells, they develop the sporophyte. So my question is, where the sporophyte is produced? So on the archegonium or female sex organ, these sporophyte is produced. So I hope all of you should be understand about the Archegoniophore. In that main part, and the somewhat the structure is similar like the Anthridiophore, but there is a difference in the shape of the receptacle. You have to underline this. This star-shaped receptacle in Archegoniophore. Then parts, some parts are similar like epidermis, assimilate chamber, large parenchymatous region, but there is a difference in the archegonial cluster like Perigynium, then Perigynium, which is play a role of the protections, then rays are present, which is they form the notches on the surface. Then main part is the archegonium. In archegonium, it is in upright in position or which is flask shaped. It contains the basal stalk, venter and neck, long neck cells. Then there is the 5 to 6 vertical neck cells and neck canal cells and having the 4 cover cells. So this is all about the Archegoniophore. Next, we will discuss in detail about the fertilization of the marchantia.